Before we dive into this, I want to allow the viewer to have some kind of influence in this. The transfer world is a very hectic place, so that being said, I'm not too sure if I can handle it all by myself. So that's where you guys come in. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and tag me in any single rumor or transfer you think should be in the show next episode. David Alaba will be playing his football at Real Madrid next summer. Jorginho Wijnaldum has made the move to PSG as a free agent. PSG have lacked that midfield prowess besides Verratti, so this is definitely a great signing for them. Along with Wijnaldum comes Sergio Ramos to PSG. Ramos could be a solid piece, but age will play a factor, and so could injuries. And although not announced yet, it's pretty much confirmed. Gianluigi Donnarumma will also be going to PSG. PSG looking very dangerous next season. Enough with the PSG free transfers. We have Hakan Çalhanoğlu going from AC Milan to Inter Milan. This is definitely one of the weirdest transfers in this window so far, but Çalhanoğlu is one of the most creative midfielders in the world right now, and that is a huge pickup for Inter Milan. Lionel Messi is still a free agent, but I don't think we need to talk about that too much, because honestly, he's probably going to go right back to Barcelona after the Copa America. Sergio Ramos has also made the move to Barcelona as a free agent. Yes. Sergio Ramos to Barcelona. Then comes in Memphis Depay, another very dangerous attacker to Barcelona. Eric Garcia, center back from Manchester City, also makes the move to Barcelona. And you have to consider, these are all free transfers, so it's a pretty smart business by Barcelona.
You've got mail.
Now again, usually episodes will not be this packed with transfers. It's just the fact that we've missed out on so many, and I'm starting this series in mid-July. After 60 billion years going through every single hardship known to man, finally Manchester United fans can celebrate the signing of Jadon Sancho. It's not completed yet, but pretty much right after the Euros, I'm sure it will be. According to The Athletic, the price is 85 million on a 5-year deal. I'll save the details of what Sancho brings to Manchester United next episode, since this isn't exactly a completed transfer yet. We've already gone over PSG's free agent signings in Jorginho Wijnaldum, Sergio Ramos, and probably Gianluigi Donnarumma, but also they've bought Achraf Hakimi. After just one season at Inter Milan winning the Scudetto, Hakimi already makes a move somewhere else. He's easily one of the most talented fullbacks in the world at just 22 years old. He had 7 goals and 8 assists as a wingback at Inter Milan, and of course, like I said before, they won the Scudetto. Chelsea also showed a lot of interest in Hakimi, but in the end, Hakimi opted for PSG. PSG have bought him for 60 million plus 10 million in add-ons, which totals up to 70 million on a 5-year deal. So with all these signings that we've already mentioned for PSG alone, I could definitely say they're one of the favorites to win the Champions League next season. They'll probably choke it again though. Dayot Upamecano to Bayern Munich has been confirmed since, I think, February. Bayern triggered Leipzig's release clause of 42.5 million, and they've signed Upamecano on a 5-year deal. Upamecano as a player has shown fantastic development. He's very athletic and has the defensive quality to stop a striker like RL9 in his tracks. He also excels as a playmaking center back. He can probably play as an anchor at times. So that in turn gives Bayern a much better transition from defense to midfield to attack. And with veteran Jerome Boateng gone, a new coach in Julian Nagelsmann, this is probably a really good move for Bayern Munich. Liverpool were plagued by injuries last season. I don't think anyone can doubt that. And most of their injuries were from the defensive positions. Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, the list goes on. And as a result, it kind of destroyed the way Liverpool even plays in terms of their tempo. That's where another French defender from Leipzig makes his move. Despite injuries limiting how much he plays, Ibrahima Konate is one of the best defending prospects in the world right now. Within the last 2 seasons, he's been clocked as one of the fastest center backs in Europe's top 5 leagues, and for a high tempo like Liverpool, it's a perfect fit for him. Going back to the 18-19 season, that was his healthiest season. He started all but 6 of the 34 Bundesliga matches, and as a result, Leipzig had the best defense in the league, only conceding 29 goals. Just like Bayern Munich, Liverpool triggered a release clause from Leipzig. It was 41 million, and now Konate signed on a long-term deal. Arsenal getting cucked in this window. Oh, how reality has just hit us so hard in these past few seasons. Emiliano Buendia is the player we're talking about this time. There were multiple bids from Arsenal, but in the end, Aston Villa won the battle for him. Just last season, Buendia had 15 goals and 16 assists in the championship. He created more chances than any other player in that division. His season prior in the Premier League in the 2019-20 season had him score 1 goal and assist 7. Although these these stats really do not reflect how well he performed. For Aston Villa, Buendia is going to provide even more creativity to that attack. Norwich have made incredible profit on this man as well. He was bought from Getafe for 1 million, and he's been sold to Villa for a club record signing of 38.4 million. Hey, Patson, we here at Arsenal would love you. I'm going to Leicester City. Alright, but what about I'm going to Leicester City? Yeah, but we once went undefeated 15 years. I'm moving to Leicester City. Patson Daka makes the move from Red Bull Salzburg to Leicester City for 30 million euros. The man is full of speed and agility. His acceleration is absolutely devastating and could be a useful factor in the Premier League. Patson could turn out to be a great signing, especially with Jamie Vardy aging. Andre Silva, after scoring 28 goals and assisting 10, being directly involved in 50% of Frankfurt's goals, has made the move to Leipzig. For 23 million, this could be a great signing if Andre Silva provides these same types of numbers. Angelino, after being on loan from Manchester City, has now made the permanent move to Leipzig as well. The details are saying 18 million and he signed for 4.5 years. Fikayo Tomori, after having a great loan spell at AC Milan, has now made the move to Milan. He's been a regular ever since Simone Kjær's injury, making 22 appearances after only being signed in January, by the way. Milan signed the young center back for 29.5 million and have signed him onto a contract that lasts until 2025. Former Roma, Fiorentina, and now Flamengo midfielder Gerson has now made the move to Marseille. It's Marseille's third most expensive signing at 25 million euros. Gerson has helped Flamengo to 2 Brazilian Serie A titles and 1 Copa Libertadores title. Boubakary Soumare, I hope I pronounced that right, I probably didn't, makes the move to the Midlands of Leicester from Lille. In Liga last season, he was one of the best players in terms of ball progression. He's in the 97th percentile for final third passes amongst the entire top 5 leagues. Also stands out in interceptions, which is great for the Leicester playstyle, and also at the height of 6'2", great for aerial duels. Another loan to permanent deal, Weston McKennie to Juve. He contributed 5 goals and 2 assists in all competitions, and in a pretty dysfunctional Juventus side that was managed by Pirlo, he did pretty well. The deal is 20.5 million and a contract that lasts until 2025. And as an American, I am obviously over the moon about this. Brighton have made a purchase all the way from Austria, Enoch Mwepu. Again, another name that I probably have butchered, so if you guys could help me out and tell me how to actually say it, that'd be fantastic. The 23-year-old Zambian is a holding midfielder with a commanding presence. He's made the move to the beaches of Brighton for 23 million on a 4-year deal. Director Paolo Maldini practically confirmed Donnarumma's departure, and I'd say not a bad replacement for AC Milan as they bring in the Golden Glove winner of Liga last season, Mike Maignan. The reported transfer fee is 13 million on a 5-year deal. I'd say that's a pretty good deal by Milan. After scoring 6 goals and 2 assists in the Bundesliga for Stuttgart, Nicolas Gonzalez has made the move to Fiorentina. He signs for 23 million and the contract runs until 2026. And finally, the last of all our major transfers, at least in terms of what I think are major transfers, Juan Musso. Juan was in high demand from the likes of Inter Milan, of course since Samir Handanovic is like 47,000 years old, and also Lazio. But in the end, it was Atalanta to purchase the man for 20 million. Usually this would be the section where I talk about either rumors or transfers that you guys have tagged me in. So I just want to give you the reminder real quick. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram and tag me in any rumor or transfer you want to see on the show. First, I want to talk about 17-year-old Brazilian wonderkid who has been compared to the likes of Neymar because of his dribbling and finishing abilities, Kaique. Whether or not that is actually how you say his name, I don't know, so again, please correct me if I said that completely wrong. Manchester City, though, have of course not strayed away from buying young Brazilian talent in the past, and they bought this man for 10 million. Another interesting transaction is Junior Firpo to Leeds United for 15 million. Firpo across 2 seasons has only started 22 times, and at just 24 years old, Marcelo Bielsa could turn this man into a beast. You never know. 21-year-old Loic Bade, who is a part of the Lens side who finished 7th after just promoting the season prior, has made the move to Rennes for 12 million on a 5-year deal. After being loaned out for 1 season at Sassuolo, Hamed Junior Traore has been bought out by Sassuolo from Empoli. Traore is a great dribbler of the ball and can drive through defenses with absolutely no hesitation. Norwich has already made 2 moves for next season, Milot Rashica to basically replace Buendia, and also they've loaned in Billy Gilmore from Chelsea. Could Norwich actually stay in the Premier League this season? There's a decent chance, especially with Billy Gilmore, who has impressed in pretty much every single debut he's made. And finally, Michael Olise. He's made the move from Reading to Palace for 9.3 million. Scored 7 times, assisted 12 for Reading last season, won EFL Young Player of the Season, was included in the Championship Team of the Year and the PFA Championship Team of the Year. He is also only a teenager. So that being said, I'm sure the Palace faithful are very excited about this signing. Usually I'll also go over Arsenal transfers, and by go over, I mean make fun of how bad we have f***ed up in this window already. Jose Mourinho was celebrated like a king coming to Rome as he replaces Paulo Fonseca, who now manages Spurs.
You've got mail.
Okay, maybe not. Andrea Pirlo struggled big time and nearly didn't even qualify for the Champions League, so in comes Massimo Allegri. Antonio Conte left 1 week after leading the club to a Scudetto, and his replacement will be former Lazio head coach Simone Inzaghi. Lazio, after seeing Inzaghi go, appoints Sarri himself. And Napoli bring in a new coach as well, Luciano Spalletti. He replaces Gennaro Gattuso. Speaking of Gattuso, he became head coach of Fiorentina, and then left after 23 days. Fiorentina then appointed Vincenzo Italiano from Spezia. Hansi Flick says goodbye as he will now be creating a new generation of German international dominance. Bayern replaced him with 33-year-old Julian Nagelsmann from Leipzig. American Jesse Marsch takes the reins at Leipzig from Salzburg. Marco Rose leaves Mönchengladbach to coach Dortmund, while Frankfurt's Adi Hütter takes the Mönchengladbach job. Leverkusen sacked Peter Bosch a while back, and he's taken over the Lyon job now. Even though Lille won the league, Christian Gauthier left as he believed his time was up due to the ownership change. He now manages Nice. And you remember that manager situation at Spurs? Well, after quite some time, they finally found their man in Nuno Espirito Santos from Wolves. Over at Wolverhampton, former Benfica coach Bruno Lage takes over. Jesus Christ, how many changes are there? We're almost done. Stay with me. After seeing famous Finland national team head coach Roy Hodgson say his farewells, Patrick Vieira will lead the Eagles of Crystal Palace. Rafa Benitez was appointed manager of Everton in this cursed timeline. Not really sure how the TVA can explain this, but either way, he replaces Carlo Ancelotti, who takes the Real Madrid job after Zidane announced his departure. And for Zidane, well, there's been rumors about him managing the French team, but at this point, why not go bigger and run for the 2022 French elections? Tune in next time for when I talk about why Grealish to City probably won't happen, and other interesting rumors like Spurs hurting me to my core by taking more Asian players. But that is me going over pretty much all of the major transfers I could think of at this time. This is going to be very interesting and quite rough, so I love your insights and your feedback, as I just want this to be as good as possible. But as I've said before, I can't do this alone, and also it would really help if you guys could help me out here. So like I said before, follow me on Twitter and Instagram and keep tagging me in all the stories you think should be on the show. You can also follow my TikTok. I'm trying to get to 5,000. If you want, you can follow my Twitch. I might stream. I probably won't. But until then, I'll see you guys.